Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video. And well, after having recovered from the video spree I went on in the last week of October, which turned October this year to be my most productive month on YouTube so far, I guess, with like 13 videos shot, I'm back with my chart haul video for November 2K22. Well, a lot of records to show you, so let's dive straight into that, with the first one being one you've seen already. The studio and team sessions on the Norwegian Hubro music label, a mixture of jazz, dub, exotica. I've talked a lot about this in my unboxing video I shot for this. So basically, Geir Sundstøl is a Norwegian musician who was very inspired by a record collection he inherited from his seafaring uncle, and which contained a lot of like exotica and dub records and reggae records and stuff, and mixed that up with his like jazz experience and turned this into a record. And one thing I forgot to mention about this when I unboxed this, the studio and team comes from the first studio Geir Sundstøl recorded in, which was like close to a kind of like massage parlor thing with a shady attitude, so you would maybe get some happy endings there or whatever. So this is where the studio and team got its name from and stuff. So good stuff from Norway. If you want to check this out on BANDCAMP, check out Hubro music and stuff, and get this even if you're not into jazz or like dub, because it's an interesting combination of things, and also works with the down-tempo crew and stuff. This one you've seen as well, Desolate. Elegance is an attitude to shit on. A combination or like a label collaboration between Bloodshed 666 Records and Santa Diabla. I've unboxed this recently. I still don't know who this actor is, but he's still familiar to me. And yeah, what this is, after having reviewed this, is like, as a previous Desolate record, more of a sludge metal, hardcore, doom metal thing. So very heavy, aggressive, slow, heavy riffing, but like muscular drums, thunderous music. Not the regular stuff I review or feature on my channel, but I really like this one, and it's a nice mixture, like a nice mix up to what I listen to normally. So really enjoyed this one, and I think I could recommend this to Tom Highland District. He already commented on the unboxing video because he got a hold of that first picture disc they sent me. So Tom, definitely in the same vein, if you haven't checked this out already, this is for you, definitely. The next one is more of a novelty record, which comes in a very flimsy, like plastic bag cover, so I removed that. A 2-artist 7-inch on the Warning label, just called War 2201, and yeah, this is like interesting stuff with a fold-out cover, which looks like this, and the one track or two tracks on here, definitely the A side is By Your Planet Is Next, which they provide a like lo-fi cover version of Snap's Eurodance classic Rhythm is a Dancer, which is a little off but very funny. And the other one is Jotel California's Ice Bear, which of course is a take on Grauzone's classic Ice Bear, which was like a German new wave track in 1981, which was very successful and still sells like heaps of records up to this day. And they put that track on and that German lyrics into a more of a electro, ghetto bass leaning context. So this is also on a lo-fi tip, but this is a fun little record I found at the distribution company, and found this when I was working there, and looked this up, and I really liked this, so I bought me a copy. Same goes for the next one, which I hadn't known without that job in the vinyl warehouse as well. Mad Voice, Drogen, which relates to drugs, and Ohne Liebe Leben. This is a reissue, originally released in Austria on the Tiroles music label, now released via Wiener Brut, which is a take on, I don't know, there was a film called, or like a theater or whatever, which was called Wiener Blut. So this is like a play on words. Also like German speaking, no wave, new wave stuff from, I guess, back in 1982 as well. The only release ever for Mad Voice, and the only release ever for No, not the only release ever for the Tirolese music label, but very interesting stuff. Very desolate, kind of dealing a lot with like topics of how the Viennese high society back then was like fueled by cocaine and drugs, and how it's all like more of a facade and facade people put on, and behind this like shiny glitzy life is only like emptiness and drug abuse and stuff. So this is one I picked out. I never had known about this without working in the vinyl warehouse as well. So yeah, Mad Voice, interesting stuff if you're into like German no wave and like a very desolate 80s music. The next one is more up-tempo on the LT Records label, which is Lobster Theremins, one of the Lobster Theremin labels. Range Rover, the Millennium EP. Quite an unusual release for the label. Of course, that's my handwriting on there. This is more like, I don't know, techno, tech trance, whatever. So usually the Lobster Theremin people are more into, I don't know, breakbeat and bass related stuff as far as I have like recognized what they do. But this one is like very toolish, but a proper high tempo, up tempo, tech trance. Maybe not that 100% outstanding in terms of like each track has like an individual character or individual sound, but overall it's a nice package if you want to play like rave techno and well, up tempo primetime electronic music. So Range Rover, Rove Ranger, the Millennium EP. And the next one is one I received, not necessarily as a promo to like review or DJ, but sometimes I've written that in my like chart post on my website NiceLC as well, which you will find linked down in the description box. Sometimes you come to a point as a music writer and DJ and like record collector in general when some records just appear, and this is one of those. This is a promo version of Second Class Citizens Unlearn, and it's I will keep that in the protective foil because it's just like inlay, so it's not proper cover, but well, it's just a paper inlay here which holds this all together, and the promo sticker, the hype sticker, is kind of on the protective plastic thing. And this is one record I didn't know about. I did not know much about the label, but it turned out this is one record I really needed, even though it came to me for free. So this is how the label looks like. The Equinox label is, as far as I know, from Berlin, and this is as a full cover version. This is their newest release, and what this is more like down tempo, trip hop, that kind of music with a few up tempo elements in there. But yeah, I hadn't looked into like down tempo and trip hop for ages, because the quality of the releases in that field isn't high, and the output, like the level of releases coming in that genre in general on vinyl are, well, those are rare. So I was kind of subconsciously longing for a new addition in that field to my collection, but this came to me without looking for it, and I really like it. So yeah, Second Class Citizen Unlearn on Equinox Music. The next one we got is also a re-release. Oh, that record slips away. On the Camisole label, this was the sole ever release by the band that is White Pain from France. The label is the album is called Parole Absurde, I guess. Paroles Absurdes, however you pronounce that. So looks like this. I hope this works with the glare. And was only also the only release on their own label, I guess, Productions Le Tigre or whatever it was called. So back in their day. So this was released as a 7-track album, I guess. This is how the B-side looks like. And this is the A-side. Originally released, yeah, as a sole vinyl release of the band, as a 7-track album, if I'm not too mistaken. And this is remastered, and also we have an edition of an even more rarer White Pain release. because I did a single tape. I guess, I don't know if it was a demo or it was like a official quote-unquote self-released tape single in 1985 with 2 tracks, Vienna and Nowhere to Go. And these are also included on this one, so you have the complete discography of White Pain on here. And I gotta say, the original 1985 tracks, Vienna and Nowhere to Go, are the best ones in there. I really enjoy the rest. The musical direction is more like synth pop, a little bit of no wave, but also a little bit of pop and rock mixed up with the synth pop thing. So I guess they could have been big because there are also some ballads on there, but the original tracks are more like industrial leaning and a little bit more driving for the dance floor. So yeah, I picked this up on the Camisole label as catalog number 024. I guess it's might be sold out. In the meantime, it was only released to 500 copies, so this is one for the BETA-ZERFALL parties of course. And the next one is also a more of a retake of a classic. So this looks amazing, kind of, but it's also a waste of... Oh, there is a scratch on here. Why? This is Metal Master Spectrum, the Bart Skills and Weska reinterpretation on Cocoon Records. Cocoon is like run by Sven Feth, the famous German DJ and producer, and his Metal Master project released a thing in, I guess, 93 or 94 maybe, which was like a blueprint of like emotional trance music with a little bit of techno and some very distinct electric weeping guitar motif. So this was always one of my favorites. I don't have the original, but yeah, this was reinterpreted by Bart Skills and Weska for sure. The basic feel of the track is the same, and the whole like drum foundation is more like modern with a little bit of like business techno in there and stuff, and it's one-sided and very heavyweight. And yeah, this is crystal clear new vinyl thing that's out there. I don't know why it's housed in that plastic thing, maybe just to keep the records nice and like have the look, and sticking it out in the record store. Each one is like individual, of course, because it's a splatter vinyl. Quite expensive if you buy it in the shop for a one-track, one-sided 7-inch as 12-inch, but still an interesting track for an old raver like me. And the last one is on the Former City label. DJ Pirna, Prehistoric Passion, an 8-track album thing, which comes from somewhere in East Germany. And yeah, this is a very interesting one because as you might know, I really like ghetto bass and electro bass and stuff, and all that electro funk stuff, which has been done by DJ Assault and all those guys in Chicago and Detroit. And this is like a German take on that kind of stuff. Yeah, very electro funk like, with some lyrics, some hip hop beats as well, which are great. And I really like that kind of, well, Prehistoric Passion logo thing going on here. Yeah, as I said, some hip hop beats as well, but mostly electro funk. Some with like German and even Russian lyrics, which are very interesting as well in terms of having those on a record. And yeah, it came as a quite surprising find that some music like that is like produced in Germany and produced to like a very excellent level. So I really like this one, and also the cover is a nice addition for all those like cover nerds and stuff. And yeah, that has been like 9 records, I guess, on show for this time's chart haul. And now I'm going to go into editing mode. If you like this one, of course, give me a like, subscribe, spread the news about this channel, leave me a comment down there and stuff. Bandcamp up there as usual, some other video popping up down there, and more news to come, I guess, more videos to come. I know that there's like a vinyl record on the way, but I haven't have a notification in my postbox that I can pick it up. So yeah, I'm out for now. See you in the next one.